Recently, a new clip was released during Minecraft Live of Steve teaching, Garrett Garrison how to craft. Jack Black, I'm not calling him Steve, places down the crafting recipe for an iron sword and slams a hammer down on the table, crafting something straight out of a Minecraft in real life video from 2016. Garrett then thinks he's tough shit for no reason and decides to craft a better sword, then makes 2 buckets attached to each other. And that's pretty much the clip. So let's look at my problems with it. Jack Black's personality is predictable in the worst way possible. He doesn't act like what you'd imagine Steve to be like. He's cocky for no reason, and Garrett is too. And why the hell are they using a hammer for this? I get that it's difficult to explain crafting like this in a realistic setting, but really? Minecraft Story Mode had the exact blueprint they could have used. This set in the movie actually doesn't look that bad compared to some of the sets shown in the full trailer, although I do have some problems with it. So this set has been shown off better in a behind the scenes image also released in Minecraft Live, where we can see axes and bows hanging up on the wall. There's a set of armor with a really small helmet for some reason, lots of swords and, well, I don't really know what to call it, but you can see what I mean. None of this stuff is really possible in Minecraft's actual game. I mean, you can use invisible item frames or in recent versions command blocks to spawn entities of the items, but everything here should be possible in survival Minecraft, and it makes no sense that it's not. In the background, they also show shelves with golden apples and other things sitting on it, which shelves like that aren't possible whatsoever and don't exist in the game at all. So why would they opt for this instead of some of the genius decorations people have been able to make using the existing limitations of the game? It feels like disrespect towards builders more than anything. It's lazy and it looks like there's no care put in. It's a real shame too, because through over 10 years of Minecraft, the community has created so many amazing things, many inside jokes and accomplishments, opportunities for Minecraft to acknowledge. Instead of that, we got the same movie we've seen 50 times but with a coat of blocky paint. Something unique should have been done here. In my opinion, the best course of action would have been building all of the sets for the movie in Minecraft, and then recreating them in real life if they want to go for the live action take so badly. We'll say it's forgivable though, and look at some of the scenes from the trailer. I'm sure you've seen this trailer already, and you've seen all your favorite YouTubers talk about it, or Twitter, so I'll be swift with this and move on to the other behind-the-scenes pictures soon. Just stick with me here. There's something about how everything is put together in this movie that makes it look so put together. I get it's a fictional world, and I'm supposed to get immersed in it or whatever, but I can't get immersed when the actual scenes in the movie look like this. The only way it could get worse is if you could actually see the outline of a green screen on the characters. I don't know how to explain it, but it's impossible for me to stop thinking about the production of this movie trailer while I'm watching it. Even if I'm paying attention... That's my controller. Even if I'm paying attention, somewhere in the back of my mind I'm thinking about how the CGI looks and how these people are just thrown in there. It could be from bias or from watching all those videos from 2016, but like, man. Unlike a lot of people, I actually think the mobs in this movie look fantastic. The sheep and the llama perfectly capture the derpiness of how they look in-game when you first see them. And they're adapted into a realistic-looking way, the best way possible. Still kind of scary though. I'm not even going to comment on the part you're thinking of, by the way. I think that it speaks for itself. What I will comment on, however, is the piglins. I don't see many people talk about these piglins. They are not the best, but also not the worst. The ghasts carrying them, however, look amazing. These piglins are scary for sure, and maybe scary in the way they were going for, but also definitely a little bit in the way they weren't. I don't really like them all too much. They look a little bit too adapted into live action, if that makes sense. It's obvious that these guys will be one of the main villains of the movie, if not, then the actual main villain. There's a bastion shown in one of the scenes for a minute with a character from Minecraft Legends, or Dungeons, I think. I wouldn't know because I don't play those games. Pretty much nobody does, so it's a weird choice to adapt something from those games into one of the biggest, if not the biggest Minecraft presence to exist ever. And I think that this bastion is actually really sick looking, and I hope the rest of the Nether lives up to this as well, because the Nether could actually be badass. I think that's all I have to say about the trailer. It was more bad than good. But it wasn't the worst thing ever. I do think that this movie is guaranteed to be terrible, adding up to everything we've seen so far though. There's a few more behind-the-scenes pictures I want to mention, and this first one is strange. I don't understand this set. The walls are made of a texture that doesn't exist in the game. The blocks are asymmetrical, and you genuinely couldn't create this scene in vanilla no matter how hard you try. You would need a texture pack at least, and the chisel mod at most. It's weird that they decided to use the full resolution painting instead of the pixelated one here. I feel like it would have fit better even if everything is live action. And there's some kind of weird candle stand on top of yet another impossible thing to make in the game. I would say that this is a set from a real-life location before they get sucked into Minecraft, but why is everything blocky looking here? There's another set with trees, but it looks fine, so there's nothing really to go over here. Minecraft could never have vegetation that looks this good though, and I'm glad that they don't too, because it would be a pain in the ass to clear all of that out for a build. A photo of the bee was revealed, and I think it's about the same situation as the sheep. It looks pretty good and accurate to the game, but nothing will make me like its antennas. Then there's the plot. IMDb summarizes it as, the malevolent Ender Dragon sets out on a path of destruction, prompting a young girl and her group of unlikely adventurers to set out to save the overworld. This means that our main character is most likely going to be Toolbag Girl, even if we haven't seen much of her at all in this trailer or behind the scenes pictures. From the start of the movie, it looks like it's going to be real people being brought into the Minecraft world through this blue portal that is connected to this blue cube that you can see Garrett holding in the Steve scene. That's what everybody's assuming at least, and if that is the case, it's the most lazy way you could ever go about making a Minecraft movie, or any video game adaptation at that. Part of me thinks that the writers think they can get away with this boring plot because Minecraft is such a big game, people will assume that they came up with the idea just because of its popularity. There's no doubt in my mind this movie is going to be a massive success for Mojang. It's going to make hundreds of millions of dollars, and double its budget at least because of how long it's been in the making and how anticipated it is, even if it's viewed negatively online. I think that a Minecraft movie could be a good idea, but I don't think it will be made well. I'll make a follow-up video in like a year when the movie finally releases explaining my thoughts on it and my rating. My rating for its marketing right now is a 4 out of 10.